What would you do if you walked out of a grocery store and found your dream car's windscreen shattered like it had been shot, the glass caved in by pure hate, and the person who did it was smiling, certain she would never face real consequences? And what if that same woman later sat in a courtroom, hands shaking, realizing the man she targeted wasn't just a random black driver, but the attorney about to dismantle her life, piece by piece? Before we continue, welcome to Silent Echo Stories. If these stories move you, teach you, or make you see the world differently, support the channel by liking, subscribing, and dropping your location in the comments. Let's see how far these stories travel. Daniel Brooks was the kind of man people often overlooked, not because he was small. He stood tall, carried himself with calm confidence, but because he didn't announce his success. No flashy chains, no loud talk, just quiet focus. At 38, Daniel was a civil rights attorney in Chicago. He had built his career defending people who were treated unfairly by systems that were supposed to protect them. He had seen police abuse, workplace bias, housing discrimination. He knew how power worked, and more importantly, he knew how to challenge it. The McLaren he drove wasn't for show. It was a reward to himself after, for 15 years of grinding through law school, sleepless nights, and cases most lawyers were too afraid to take. He had grown up in a small apartment with a single mother who cleaned offices at night. Every mile he drove in that car reminded him of how far he'd come. Yet Daniel never walked like he was better than anyone. He still held doors, still said, "Thank you," still kept his head down. And that humility would be mistaken for weakness. Linda Harper believed she owned every space she stood in. Mid-50s, perfect haircut, crisp clothes, the type of woman who spoke to store workers like they were beneath her and to police officers like they were her personal security. She believed order meant people staying in their place. She believed neighborhoods had a look. And when that look changed, she felt threatened. So when she saw a black man step out of a bright orange McLaren in what she considered her grocery store parking lot, something inside her snapped. Not fear, not confusion, anger. The kind of anger that comes from believing the world is being taken from you. Daniel parked, checked his phone, and walked inside. Linda watched him from her sedan. A black man, a supercar, a quiet lot. In her mind, that combination did not belong. She whispered to herself, "They're getting bold now." She opened her trunk and pulled out a wheel spanner, heavy, solid, cold metal. She stepped out, looked around, and walked toward the McLaren. Then she raised the tool. The first dart exploded the windscreen with a sound like a gunshot. Glass burst inward. The alarm screamed. She didn't stop. She brought the spanner down again and again. Slow, hard, controlled. The windscreen came, shards spilled across the dashboard and seats like ice. People stared. No one moved. She took a picture of the damage, then she calmly walked into the store. Daniel came out minutes later. The sight stopped him cold. His car looked like it had been in a violent crash. The windscreen destroyed, glass everywhere. A man pointed. "A woman did it, metal tool. She's in there." Police arrived. Cameras told the truth. Her face was clear, her strikes deliberate. Linda said the car looked suspicious. She said she felt unsafe. She said, "You never know what kind of people bring cars like that into this area." Her words were recorded. She was arrested for criminal damage. And then the real shift began because Daniel Brooks wasn't just the victim, he was the attorney. And he understood something Linda did not. Criminal court could punish her, civil court could ruin her. The repair bill came back at $27,800. Sensors, frame, custom glass. Daniel filed a civil lawsuit, not just for damage, for emotional distress, for lost work, for hate-based action. In court, the video played. The sound of metal hitting glass echoed through the room. The judge watched her face, calm, focused, smiling. Then the body cam. You never know what kind of people. Her social media followed. Posts about black men in luxury cars, about protecting neighborhoods, about watching who comes in. The courtroom shifted. The judge ruled in Daniel's favor. Full repair costs, legal fees, punitive damages. Total $112,000. Her employer reviewed the footage. She worked in a public school district. She was fired. Her reputation collapsed. Her savings vanished. Her name followed her online. Monthly payments were ordered. Every month, money left her account and went to the man whose windscreen she had shattered. Months later, Daniel drove his McLaren again. Perfect glass, no cracks. At a traffic light, Linda saw the car. She recognized it. Her hands shook. Daniel never looked over. He didn't need to. The lesson was already written in court records and bank statements. Prejudice isn't just ugly, it's expensive. And the people you underestimate may be the ones who hold the law in their hands. If this story made you think, made you feel, or made you see how fast hate can turn into regret, show your support by liking this video, sharing it, and telling us where you're watching from. This is Silent Echo Stories, where actions never fade and consequences always speak.